Hello, I'm Miss Laura with the Wichita Falls Arts Council, and today we are going to make a map. And we're using Google Maps as inspiration. So I'm going to go into Google Maps and we're going to look at a neighborhood. I think we're going to go to Idaho, maybe near Boise. And I'm just going to zoom in, looking randomly. And we're looking at how Google Maps simplifies things like houses and stores and landmarks into really simple shapes. So all of the streets are the same size. They're all just these white lines here. We look closer and we start to see buildings. So buildings don't actually look like this from above. Some of them do. But if I look at it, oh, these houses are very close together. Using the satellite view, we notice that they have a lot more lines. Oh, there's a very nice pool. But when we look at the simple version of Google Maps, we notice that everything has been reduced to simple rectangles. Some of them have some angles, but everything is reduced to a simple shape. And that's something that we can easily copy when making our own maps so that we can add a lot of things and anyone can cut out a rectangle or a square. Oh, this is a nice shape. Okay, so we're also going to look at a body of water and see what that looks like on the map. Oh, so we have a nice little river here. It's one solid blue color with very defined edges. I'm going to look at it from the satellite view. It's still pretty defined, but it's not that nice bright blue color. And there is some other colors because of the things in the water. So it's not just one solid color. So we're just going to use simple lines and shapes to create a map. Like one of these. And also because these maps are completely imaginary, we don't need to use real life colors. We can make the ground orange and all of the streets white. I have a black ocean on the side here. And then I also have buildings in between all of my streets. And these have been reduced to very simple shapes like rectangles, squares. Some of them have angles that meet the angles of the streets and how they intersect. And then I have also a lot of foliage, I have a lot of little trees and plants. And because we're thinking about looking down at our town or city from the top down, sort of like a bird, we're only seeing the tops of trees. So everything is reduced to these little blobs, kind of look like cotton balls. And of course, because we don't need to use real colors or realistic colors, all of my trees and bushes are purple and pink. This one has a different color scheme. I have a lot of bodies of water, which are all orange. I've included some white and gray trees. All of the buildings follow a color scheme, so all of the buildings are black. So you can choose to make all of your houses and hospitals and schools. You can make everything one color. You can use a bunch of different colors. I did decide to make one circular building. Oh, and I added little boats on the water for fun. And all of these tiny rectangles on the road are cars. Everything is reduced to a very simple shape. Here's another one, orange for the ground. All of the water is purple. The trees are black. The buildings are yellow. I added a tennis court just to make something special. Starting with a dark blue ground, bright pink bodies of water. All of the houses and buildings are orange. Trees are green. Oh, here's another one with different colors for each of the buildings. So again, you can choose to make everything the same color and you can follow a pattern or a scheme, or you can make everything different colors. This one, pink ground, yellow bodies of water. We have some blue trees, some green roads, and a few cars that are different colors. And they decided to make a little parking lot. And then this one where it has giant green bodies of water. So maybe this is an area with a lot of lakes and there's not as many buildings. Maybe this is more rural. And last one, this is a composition where we have black water, we have some islands, little tiny blue trees, and we have some green roads that stretch over the water like bridges. And then some orange buildings. Okay. So I'm starting with a sheet of paper or a full sheet of construction paper. And I also have these paper strips. These are going to be my roads. So they're already pre-cut. They're all the same width, so we don't need to worry about cutting our roads from another piece of paper. I'm also using 4 sheets or 4 half sheets of construction paper, or you can also use scrap paper, which I think I'm also going to use to create your buildings, your bodies of water, your trees. You can add special things. Maybe you want to make just all stores, or you want to add a hospital or a school. You get to decide what you want to put on your map. I know some people have done water parks or amusement parks. They've added little roller coasters. You could do dog parks. You could do cat parks. What you put on your map is up to you, but try to reduce it to a simple shape. Try to have everything be as simple as you can make it. You don't need to do all of the details, and things don't need to, I guess, be very literal. Like you don't need to put an H on the hospital. It can just be a square. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I like to do my bodies of water first. I like to add a lot of them because it adds some nice organic shapes into my map. So I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to create some little blobby lines. Again, you can add bodies of water. You can also choose not to have them. But you can start when you are ready. I'm just going to start cutting out bodies of water, placing them on, and then I'm going to build my roads by maybe start by cutting one of these in half. And you sort of lay them out and then start filling in between the roads with houses. Think about how far your houses should be from the roads. Maybe you want to create intersections where the roads cross each other, or maybe they all meet. I've also seen someone do a 10-way intersection. So we're not urban planners. We can make a 10-way intersection if we want to. Oh, they're my sisters. Yeah. But the houses can also have little swimming pools behind them. They could be the same color as the rest of your water, or if you want, you can make them different colors. Mhm. So right now I'm making some buildings. I decided that all of my buildings are going to be orange. I want to make them a uniform color. Again, you can make them all different colors if you want to, but I found an easy way to make multiples is to start by cutting off a strip of whatever color paper you want your buildings to be, and then just cutting off little rectangles or squares. You could build up a lot of inventory and then glue them along your streets. And maybe you want to make one that's slightly special or that has maybe some more angles that meet some of your streets. Maybe it's like a large shopping center or something. And then you could treat the rest of these buildings like filler. I've also doubled up or quadrupled the paper to stack them on top of each other and folded them up to cut multiple trees at once because I think I want to have a lot of them. And then I can start placing them where a tree might go. So maybe around these bodies of water, or maybe there's trees in the front yards of the houses, even in the backyards or in between. Maybe along this little river here. I think once I have my trees finished, then I will be done. Oh, they can overlap onto the street a little bit. Maybe they're right on the edge of that water. Well, trees can even overlap each other. And now I have a map.